Let's continue our conversation with Dr. Robert Rabil, Middle Eastern expert, professor at Florida Atlantic University, and author of Salafism in Lebanon, A Politicism to Transnational Jihadism. Some kind of title, Dr. Rabil. It reflects a very serious problem, and all of these things seemingly interconnected.
Yes.
Coming back from the break, we heard from General Vallely. Do you share his assessment about what Iran hopes to gain?
I share some of his assessment, and it is apt in that Iran indeed is fighting ISIS. And you know, every country in the Middle East works for its national interest. So, of course, I feel that Iran is working for its national interest. But let's not forget to go back. You know, it was the Iranians that helped early on the Iraqi and the Shia militia to help ISIS. If it wasn't for them, you know, early on, ISIS would have taken more territory inside Iraq. Having said that, this is where United States and its allies, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, they should also work. Now, why you are going to let Iran lead the way and then Iran becoming the hegemon? No, this is where Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates, they have to go in. They have to do also the work and to stand, you know, vis-a-vis Iran and tell her, listen, this is our area too. So they have to do the work also. So I cannot myself blame Iran for the failings of the other regional countries in the Middle East. I am skeptical about Iran, I worry about Iran, but still I want my allies to step up to the plates and do a better job fighting ISIS.
Why the reluctance? Saudi Arabia or the UAE or other nations?
Because they worry. They worry because they have Muslims there who are leaning towards Salafism. They are Muslims who are conservatism. You know, they worry about this will backfire. Let's not forget ISIS emerged against the backdrop of the Arab revolutions. Now they have new laws. Dissent is not really absolutely allowed in those countries. They are fighting the Muslim Brotherhood. So you have more than one factors that they feel, listen, if we are going to fight, we have to be smart about it, thinking about our own survival. And this is what I tell them, listen, this is a fight for you. You have to come through first and foremost and to fight ISIS ideologically and on the grounds as well. And this is what's so important. And this is where you put a line, a defense line against Iranian encroachment in Iraq, in Syria, and other parts of the world, especially in the Middle East.
Well, we get back to the subject of Iran that we
Yes.
can never seem to escape. We have the ongoing negotiations as the mystery of ever really keeping effective sanctions in place to deal with Iran and one day getting nuclear weapons. We also have the situation where our president continues to be very conciliatory to Iran. In fact, in a recent interview with National Public Radio, he said he would never say never to reopening an embassy in Tehran. Now, what do you believe the Iranian government makes of this president's overtures and utterances?
All right. I believe the president's way of doing business with Iran has been somehow premature in that he takes certain decision, or especially he makes certain statement that I think they are premature. He has to wait. He has to wait for the nuclear negotiation if they are going to go through and then make those decisions. So he's making now those statements. He's making those statements prematurely. And this is where I am a little bit have mixed feelings, you know, about what he's saying. Now regarding Iran, in Iran you have two voices. You have the voice of Khamenei, still it's being not that, I would say, a good, that will tell us, you know, something, we have someone who could become a friend to us. Their statements borders on enmity, really. Now you have another voice, the voices who are, I would call moderate, you know, I would say, no, they are merely saying, okay, you know, we have to work with you, we have to have certain peace, stability in the area, and you have to take care, of course, of our position in Iran. We are under sanctions, you know, the oil prices are going low, so we have to come to an agreement.
But regardless of the more extreme insistent elements in Iran or the so-called moderates, when you have a president of the United States sending out mixed signals,
Yes.
it becomes problematic. Dr. Robert Rabil, we
Thank you.
thank you for your time. Again, the book is Salafism in Lebanon, A Politicism to Transnational Jihadism, and America's Forum continues.